Hi, Jin Yi. Let's take a look at this new set of essays. The first one is about the Olympics. Here's what you wrote. Experts, hold on a second. There we go. Experts throughout both the developing and developed world have debated whether the Olympics is still important in this new century or not. While some believe that this sporting event has lost its importance, personally I disagree with this view. It says it will discuss both sides, using examples from certain tournaments and the Olympic Games to demonstrate points and prove arguments. Okay, fine. Let's move on and see what you wrote after that. Some people argue that the modern Olympics is not as significant as it was in the past. This is probably because recently some other tournaments, such as the FIFA World Cup, NBA, and Grand Slam, are becoming more popular than the Olympics among sports players and fans. For example, recent empirical research by certain sports commissions demonstrated that the FIFA World Cup, an international association football competition, is universally considered as the most prestigious tournament, as well as the most widely viewed and followed sporting event in the world, exceeding even the Olympic Games. Therefore, it is conclusively, you need an ly here, clear that modern Olympics has been outranked by some other competitions in terms of the influence, get rid of the S, on sports in this era. Okay, that's nicely done. I like your paragraph. However, there is a case for several sports competitions drawing the most attention from the sports level. Let's try that again. I don't know if you need both however and although. I think just although would have been enough. So let's get rid of the however and say, although there is a case for several sports competitions drawing the most attention from sports lovers nowadays, the overall impact of the Olympic Games on the international community cannot be overstated. This is largely because when cultural and political conflicts are happening continuously in some parts of the world today, the Olympics can provide one of the most extensive platforms for all the nations to communicate and interact with each other in a peaceful and harmonious way. It's a long sentence, but it was successful, so nicely done. It was a little dangerous, but you did it, so that's okay. The London 2012 Olympics, for example, had seen a great number of participants, including athletes, journalists, officials, and sports enthusiasts from more than 200 countries across the world, and it played a remarkable role in facilitating different communities to break cultural and political barriers. Thus, it is possible to state beyond doubt that the modern Olympic Games still have great significance for the peace and development of the world. All right, that's lovely. Nicely done. From the arguments and examples given, I firmly believe that although the Olympics could be less popular than some sports games currently, this traditional sporting event is still of great importance for us in the 21st century. All right, Jin Yi, it's wonderful. It's really good. You've done a nice job. I really don't have much to comment on it. The template is followed very closely. Your grammar is almost entirely accurate, save a couple of little minor errors. Your vocabulary is very good. There's very natural language. There's some advanced language throughout. Let me think. Where extensive platform is nice. Cultural and political conflicts. The impact on the international community was a nice expression. What else did I like? Let's see. Yeah, no, I mean it was good. It was lovely. I have no major comments to make about it. So I thought you did a nice job. Now let's take a look at what you did here with this shoe bar chart. The bar chart shows the annual sales of two sorts of leather shoes in 9 European countries in 2018. As can be seen from the chart, in 5 of the 9 nations, France, Germany, Ireland, Holland, and Poland, the sales of brown leather shoes outnumbered that of black ones. The figure for brown shoes was the highest at over 130,000 in Poland, where people only bought half as many black ones as that of brown. This color preference can also be found in both France and Germany, where the sales of brown shoes were 75,000 and 125,000 respectively, whereas the numbers of black were only half as many as those of their counterparts. Okay. During the same period, Hungary saw the largest sales in black leather shoes, with a number of approximately 140,000, while in Italy, the number of which was under, ooh, that's a little awkward, while Italy, where the figure was under 125,000. And I don't really like this expression took second place. There's no ranking here, okay? You could just say had the second highest black shoe sales. That would have been a more appropriate choice. But let's not talk about rank, took third place, took second place, and so forth, okay? That kind of language is only appropriate if there is some sort of ranking happening. Okay. Notably, the largest gap between these two types of shoes was in Belgium, where the data for black, I don't like black ones, for black would have just been enough, was more than 20 times as many that for brown. Get rid of the. Okay. Overall, people's shoe, what is this word? Showed, perhaps is what you meant here. People showed different color bias when buying leather shoes in these 9 countries. It is clear that Belgium's, not disliked, you can't really say that, but it's just they did not buy. That's all we know. We don't know whether they didn't buy them for some other reason, but they just did not buy brown ones. So don't make like some sort of assumption here, okay? Let's see. While British, Hungarians, and Italians almost have the same preference to these two colors. Okay, so the first thing I want to make sure is if you actually mentioned all 9 countries. That's one important thing because that's where your key features come in. So hold on, so let's take a look at that. Okay, so the good news here is that you did in fact talk about all 9 countries. You mentioned them all by name. And like I said before, that's really important. It's necessary to do that in order for your answer to have all the key features, okay? So that part's good. So this was good. I mean, I understand the way you organized your answer. I understood the way you organized your paragraph. This felt a little underdeveloped compared to this one. But on the whole, I think you did a nice job. Some of your grammar, some of the language was a little awkward here. But other than that, it was a pretty good job, okay? Of your 2 essays, I definitely felt that your task 2 was a lot stronger. Let's see. But your overview was good. And like I said, the way you organized your ideas was fine. So go ahead, Jin Yi, and correct these, return them back to us, and let's see another set of essays from you, okay? Good work.